All right, so we're going to talk about Bitcoin and or cryptocurrencies and how you can get rich. No, just kidding. Um, I have a weird question because, like, apparently it's Dick's Hexenhammer's birthday, and I thought about this for a second because it's like my better half has his personality. Not that she looks like him, not that she rants on the internet like him, but he's like scholarly, and he has this glasses look, and so does she. So it's just not that they look alike. It's not. Don't take that wrong. It's just weird. And I was like, where does this shit come from? Because I've been asking this question for years. It got to the point where we even argued over it because I said, well, I don't believe in astrology. And she's like, why? Because like she really does. And I'm like, well, I don't know where it comes from. And it doesn't seem like I've read all these stupid articles and she has too. It's where? Like I have the Farmer's Almanac that talks about the planning. It seems to work, right? But where does it come from? Like if I can't know if I can't quantify it, I don't want to. Like at least the Bible says, well, this came from God, right? So fine. At least they're telling you. You can believe that or don't believe it, but at least they told you. This stuff seems to have like appeared, or I don't know. It just, I can kind of formulate. I'm sure somebody will tell me or something. Like maybe I'm stupid, but the funny part is not wanting to believe in something you can't quantify. That's a trait of the sun sign of this guy talking. So, it's just like I want facts. Like I don't want fucking bullshit. I want facts. Period. End of story. I don't want drama. I want facts. And that's it. If somebody tells me a problem, I'm gonna fucking solve it. Give me numbers. I'll make them add up. And I failed math, but yeah, but still, I mean, I'm good at that nonetheless. I do my budget. Like I don't have like the way I do money is like I have a spreadsheet. It's like this is coming in, this is going out, and this is how much I got. It's like pretty factual, pretty simple. Works very well. By the way, do that in your own way. Just do a spreadsheet, learn a little bit of Excel, or I use Open Office, which is free. But yeah, yeah. I mean, like I keep track of my shit because you got to measure it. But yeah, it's just weird. Where does this shit come from? Because it seems to work, right? Like I went to an astrologer once back in the day before I really thought this much about it. Like, because I did go through a phase where like I don't believe in astrology because I can't. Like, where does it come from? Who's bullshitting me? You know what I mean? So I went to this astrologer. She was like one of the best ones in Portland, and she did what seemed like a really cool reading. It was like, well, you have the luck of the guy who can like walk over a manhole cover and not even get hurt, right? But don't gamble. You're just wasting your time. I'm like, wow. And then she said something interesting that I've got to get in control still. She said, you have to watch your emotions because they affect your health. And I like to get really angry sometimes and shit. Like, I'm emotional. So it's weird. This stuff just seemed to match. Now, a lot of horoscopes are complete bullshit. Let's be honest. Go around reading some, they're crap. All right. So it's not like I read horoscopes. It's really more of you go to an astrologer and they tell you what you're about. And then you kind of live that way. It seems to work, you know. The kind of match I'm in is really weird because we're not really a good match, but it seems to work. But then there's stuff about that. Uh, I don't know. She really likes it. Not in some stupid new agey way. She's really smart about it. She doesn't read horoscopes. I think. I don't think so. I don't know, but I doubt it. I don't. I don't bother. But it's like I said, it seems to be like, oh, you want to understand that person you're working with. Knowing their sun sign can help you. And then I got the Gemini thing going on, which is really weird. It's not sun sign, but yeah. Um, I can't explain why you and I are Gemini. Love that song. But we're traveling away. Dude, it's a good song. Alan Parsons Project. Look it up, motherfucker. If you out, whoever's listening to this, I want you to go listen to that fucking song right now. No, just kidding. But what is this? Like, why? I can sit here and read through this word salad. I mean, and yes, that's true. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I have a friend who writes songs that, like, I'm like, where do you get these lyrics? He's like, well, I sort of write them like horoscopes. I want it to just be stuff that kind of relates. People can just take it and relate to themselves. You know, like he does the word salads, and he said that like people like it. It's just like they take it and adapt it to their thinking. So that's why, like, it was part of why I like got skeptical about, like, when I thought about him talking about that. I'm like, maybe it's all bullshit, right? Like, it's like kind of becoming an atheist. Not that I made an atheist, never been a real atheist, but it's just that, like, what is this shit, dude? Where did it come from? Like, who gave? Like, did this just develop over time? That's almost harder to accept than some myth that a demigod or an angel came and gave it to somebody. I just don't know. And yet, I'm stuck with it. Like, you know, Capricorn is kind of the way I think. Like, I like business and stuff. Always have. Like, I go to the bookstore and I go to metaphysics and business every time. Boom, boom. Like, I end up at the end of the bookstore thing. I'm in the business section. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm about the paper, right? It's funny, but I don't have that much money. But I mean, I'm getting there. I'm coming up. But yeah, I mean, I can afford eggs and shit. Like, I got fucking a dozen of fucking medium grade, double A, medium size eggs for $3.99. That's another thing. It's a Capricorn trait, right? Because, like, I went and found a good deal. I didn't go flex and spend a bunch of money on eggs. Like, I went and found a good deal. I don't fuck around. So yeah, I mean, I'm always about, like, I hate wasting money. Like, I just hate it. So like, it's funny because I got like a $5,000 check this summer from something I did a long time ago, like a decade and a half ago. And I kind of got cocky with it and started buying shit, and like, it's almost all gone. And like, I have a stupid laptop I have to sell, and that's like, it's pointless that I even bought it, and it just feels dirty. Like, I don't like spending money like that. Like, it just does not feel good throwing money around. Like, it was dumb. I'm like, oh, buy this, oh, buy that. I felt like, oh, splurge a little. It's just gross. It doesn't fit my personality. Very frugal. You know what I mean? But I like fucking making that paper, dude. I love building businesses. I love talking about businesses with people. I love it. 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 So yeah. So that fits the personality, right? But is it because, I mean, I don't understand this shit. Funny part was, like, my dad's the same sign, and so when I was a kid, we actually tried to start businesses. Now, it didn't go anywhere, and he's an asshole. But I mean, we did. So, like, we had mail order catalogs and shit. We had fucking all kinds of shit, dude. I mean, it was, I really should have, like, in retrospect, I could have played that and actually got something going. But that guy's such a fucking, yeah. Ugh. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand. You know, I don't understand. Like, I did find a really good one, and that was the only reading I ever needed for a life chart. It was just that good. Uh, yeah. But she told me all kinds of things, personal shit. Not gonna say, just all kinds of shit that, like, made sense. So maybe I'm just like, I'm a dupe and I fell for it. But you know, it was like, basically she was saying I was like 70, 80% on the right path anyway. It's just, here's some warnings. And yeah, it was dope. But I don't know, dude. I don't know. It really, like, I'm hoping somebody will fucking tell me, like, somebody in the comments will give me an answer to the shit. You know what I mean?